everybody's having a good day, having a good morning. Make sure everything sounds cool. Give me a 1 if everything sounds good. Give me a 1 if everything sounds lovely. Let your boy know if everything is operating properly. You understand? Let's go. Shout out to everybody rocking. Miss Quinn said late as usual. I try my best, Miss Quinn, you know. I be on time a lot of the times, you know. But sometimes, you know, I be on colored people times as well. I try to do my best though, Miss Queen. I try to do my best. Don't charge my hard, charge my execution. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem. But we getting better, You understand? I appreciate all the love and support. Did y'all say the 1 sounds good? How we sounding on the sounds? I didn't get not 1-1. I ain't got 1-1 yet. So I guess I'm sounding terrible, unfortunately. Let your boy know something, man. Okay. No echo this time, because they said I had an echo last time. Let your boy know if we good. Okay. I say everybody's saying 1, so we should be pretty decent. Okay. So, let me get into it, man. Okay, no echo. Great news. So let me shout out to my people rocking with me, man. Shout out to the members coming in for the win, man. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to Charlie Jones in the building. Shout out to Tricks in the building. Who else? Common Sense Lab in the building. All my members in this thing, man. Now shout out to Michael Lockhart, Miss Ella Lockhart, Cowboys fan for life, Joe Tranchino. We in the building, man. Johnny Duncan. Who else? Big Benny Rich, Kelvin Hicks. Yes, sir. Bruce got the toxic juice. Cowboy Brian in the building. Tommy Montoya, Swerve. Roy Texas 26. Who else? Micah Autry, Joe Rivera. Are you some kind of John Rivera? You know, what's the other coach name? Yeah, it was a coach. Ron Rivera. That's who his name is. Ron Rivera. Shout out to El Professor in the building, man. JD in the building. Let's get this thing off the road. First and foremost, you know we gotta make sure the haters doing the most. What they was put on God's green earth to do. And you already knew that's hate, man. Let's get this trap jump around the corner now. Hey, hit that like and share. Let's get it. Yeah. Let's go. Empire.
I can't see a thing, all this money in my face. Hey, I just blew a bag, ran it back the same day. Hey, ain't no looking back.
He said,
came
no,
a long way. Hey, I know that they mad, but just let them hate. Hey, that what make them hate. Hey, and we just getting cake and they just in the way. Hey, that what make them hate. Hey, cause we just getting cake and they just in the way. Hey, Landlord is showing how to ball, boy.
Get it.
You ain't in on the team, you just a ball, boy. Real high, used to rock knockouts, but it's real now. Real fly. I probably average your career high. Know one day hating on it, probably wanna kill. When they got our own band, we hollin' for deal. Long little CEO, CIP the dollar. Took my brother, that made me go harder. That turned me to a monster. Now I'm focused on the comma. Now I'ma run up them commas for the summer, run up them numbers. Yeah. I know that they hate the way the ball man, rockin' all this ball man, street made on the chain. I can't see a thing, all this money in my face. I just blew a bag, ran it back the same day. Ain't no looking back, we came a long way. Hey, I know that they mad, but just let them hate. Hey, that what make them hate. Hey, and we just getting cake and they just in the way. Hey, that what make them hate. Hey, cause we just getting cake and they just in the way. Hey.
Now you might think you at school or maybe even at home or watching me through a phone, but I promise you in the trap, sir.
Trap.
I promise.
Trap.
Make no mistake about it, man. As we all know, Mr. Dan Quinn is, it's possibly leaving us, y'all. And hey, man, before this year, we probably would have been going crazy. We probably would have been in shock. But now, after we seen him reveal his true colors, we would like nothing better than that right now. I tell you that now. man Quinn showed his true colors, we want him up out of the door. We don't mind escorting him out the door, y'all. So, hey, man, I'm sick and tired of all of this, like, trying to reinvent the wheel and stuff like that on this defensive side of the ball with all these small players playing dime and all of this stuff going up against big people. I meant to show y'all this. Let me see if I can get this in the show. I forgot, man. Nick Saban had said something great about matching personnel, and it was on Twitter. I meant to put it in the show, but I ain't have time. But, man, Nick Saban basically was saying you got to match personnel. You can't come out here going up against a big lineup with a small lineup. So I don't think people understand how big of a flaw that was in DQ ideology or the way he want to approach this defense. So that's why we see games where Josh Allen only threw the ball like 10 times. Like, I'm being a little hyperbolic, but I think he threw the ball like 15 times for real. And then we seen other games like in Green Bay last year. They just ran all over us. So let's not act like this is a new thing. Like, this was a problem years ago. This ain't just happened in 2023. We seen Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers badly threw the ball last year. When I was going through that film, man, I was like, it was hard to even find a passing attempt, y'all. People just line up and just run all over us. So at the very least, you can see Green Bay probably already knew they could run the ball on us. You know what I'm saying? Off of last year with Aaron Rodgers. So that's a big-time problem. That's a big-time void that we got to fill, man. And I think the start of it is DQ's approach. Like, you can't stop the run with smaller guys out there. So that's my biggest gripe with DQ, man. He did turn this defense around, and one thing I think we got to pay attention to, y'all, this is what I think it was. We give DQ a lot of praise, right, because he did, like, turn this defense around quickly. But you know the dangers when you turn a defense around quickly is it's microwave. It's done, but is it really done? You know what I'm saying? Trap. You know, it's done, but is it really done? You know how you put the Hot Pocket in the microwave? You know, it be hot on the outside, and then, you know what I'm saying, it still be frozen solid on the inside. I don't think you could build a great defense that quick. He flipped us quickly. And like we said, I think it was pretty much masked by what? Those turnovers. It was masked by the turnovers because this defense wasn't good. You know what I'm saying? Soon as DQ came in here, a year or so later, this defense was putting up pretty good numbers and looking decent. I think it was all a facade, y'all. It was all, you know, we was getting hoodwinked. We was being tricked, y'all. It wasn't as solid as we thought it was. It wasn't as solid as we thought it was. We thought that this defense just made this tremendous jump because Mike McCarthy even said that. Mike McCarthy said, man, I never seen a defense make a flip that quick. And look, you know, once what they say, that fast money is the worst kind of money. It's risky, y'all. Trap. So when it take time to make something great, man. You think you're gonna be able to make a beautiful work of art in 1 hour? It takes longer than that. If you want something great, if you want to make something beautiful, it takes time. And we did this quickly. Red in the building. He says, same play. You want to run the same play? Willie Beeman. Hey, any given Sunday vibes, man. But I think this is a lesson we got to learn, man. Our defense got better. Even year after year, it got better, but I believe it was all masked by the turnovers. And, it takes time for your defense to actually get better, y'all. It just do. And we didn't really invest much. We didn't invest much in the defense, and we got all them benefits coming back and thinking that we was that good. We still ain't really invested in safety. We got safeties, but they overachievers mostly. You know what I'm saying? Malik Hooker older. We kept him. J-Ron Curse is an overachiever. This man didn't even start nowhere else for real. Then you got Donovan Wilson. We know he was a 6th-round pick. That's an overachiever. So you gotta take all that stuff into consideration. Man, shout out to El Professor, man, with the $49.99 for your mind, man. I appreciate you, man. Holding us down. El Professor coming through like a boss, holding us down, man. We appreciate you, man. I really do. Keeping the lights on, man, because like I said, this going to be a long off season, man. And, hey, we're going to have to get through this together. I'm going to need y'all, and y'all going to need me, I believe. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have to get through this together. So I appreciate you, Mr. El Professor. Real talk. But, yeah, man, I really think it's going to take time, man. Like, you don't get nothing microwave. It's nothing that you can accomplish great that takes no time to get done. So that's what I'm saying. I really feel like we got to really invest heavily into this defense. Like I just said, the safeties, they mostly overachievers. Have we really invested into the defensive line outside of Mozzie? And it looked like it might have been the wrong swing. You know what I'm saying? We didn't do that. We didn't really invest in the defensive line. Oso Digazul, what round we got Oso in? It escapes me right now. But you know what I mean. We didn't really go sacrifice nothing to be good. This is why the Joneses, we really getting what we deserve, y'all. Not the fans. Let me restate that. We ain't getting what we deserve, but the way the front office has been operating, this is what they deserve. Because look, it's just like you trying to buy a car, you got $3,000 and you think you gonna get a Ferrari or something? It's not gonna happen. Trap. You're not gonna get a Ferrari with $3,000, Dollar Bill Jones. Dollar Bill! You're not gonna be able to do it. And that's what type of stuff they been on, man. It seems like they just been trying to swindle everybody and swindle every situation. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. So look at the other teams that actually got good and actually have good defenses. A lot of them teams actually sacrificed. They said, okay, we want a dominant, like not even just on defense, but like offense. Look what San Francisco sacrificed for their quarterback and their running back. They sacrificed. They like, man, we'll do anything to get better. Let's just go do it. Look what the Eagles did to sacrifice to go get A.J. Brown. We ain't really sacrificed nothing. We sacrificed 2 fifth-round picks. That's what we did. So now I think this offseason, man, we got to actually look at the Joneses. We got to look them dead in the eyes and say, hey, man, how bad do you actually want to win? Do y'all think this team actually showed you some sacrifice to win? Let me know. Do y'all think we showed some real actual sacrifice and dedication to win? Every time we talk about acquiring big-time talent, what they say? We ain't got enough. They get to talking about their salaries and stuff, the salary cap and all of this stuff. I don't remember the biggest sacrifice, y'all. Let's talk about this, bro. For real, what is the biggest sacrifice the Cowboys done did in the past 10 years? What's the biggest sacrifice we done did? All these other teams actually doing stuff, y'all. Some people might be front office apologists and say, landlord, you tripping, you crazy. Oh, we can't do that. That don't make sense. Well, why all the other teams can do it then? Trap. All these other teams do this stuff with no problem. But we up here all scared money. You know they say scared money don't make no money, man. Scared money don't make no money. We know that. Shout out to El Professor with the $1.99 for your mind. He says all 4 remaining teams have something in common. Let's see what it is. I know for a fact, I did this yesterday. I know they got a great run game and big-time impact from their rookies. What else? Solid defenses. Detroit defense, okay. What else? Solid defense, good run game. And they getting stops on their defense, I say that. Even if the defense ain't just spectacular on paper, they getting stops. And they got a good run game. We can't even get mad at that, and they getting impact from their rookies. We didn't get none of that. I said that on Twitter. We got none of that, bro. Like, we didn't get no rookies. We got no impact from our rookies. We had no run game to lean on. We had none of that stuff, bro. None of that stuff. Shout out to El Professor once again with the $1.99, man. He says their GMs made roster moves for the playoffs. Exactly. Look, we've been complaining about San Francisco. Listen, San Francisco was making big moves all year, and we was doing nothing. We got Brandon Cooks and Gilmore in the offseason, and we pretty much didn't do nothing else in the regular season. Did we make any trade? We got Rashad Evans and didn't even play him. Did we make any other significant moves in the regular season? Them boys went and got Chase Young in the regular season. They went and got Randy Gregory. Like, these boys making big time moves, man. Like, this don't make no sense. And they better than us already. And they the ones operating like they desperate to beat us. Not us. See, that's the problem, man. That's the problem. But we gonna talk about some of this stuff. Let me see. Dan Quinn leaving. Let's get into this discussion, man. Let's get into this discussion. We finna read some of this stuff they saying. And hey, if he do leave, I'm ready for it because I'm just ready for a traditional defense. It ain't even gotta be this exotic, special, spectacular defense. I just want a defense that force turnovers. No, I just want a defense that force stops and punts. And what else? And like the Chiefs, don't allow that many touchdowns. Don't allow that many points. I don't even care about all the rest of the flashy stats no more. But it says, if Dan Quinn leaves the Cowboys, big changes ahead for Dallas. The divisional round of 2023 playoffs has come and gone, but the Dallas Cowboys can only watch the remaining playoff teams in disgust. Instead of preparing for the NFC Championship game since 1995 season, the Cowboys are instead moving on with their offseason process. Part of that offseason process is determining which members of the front office and coaching staff will stay with the team ahead of 2024. Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones has already revealed that head coach Mike McCarthy will be returning for his 5th season and the final year of his contract. McCarthy has not commented on whether or not his coaching staff would experience a shakeup, but there is one member that can decide his own fate. Dan Quinn, the Cowboys defensive coordinator since 2021, appears to have worn out his welcome in the eyes of fans still hurt by the wildcard loss by Green Bay. You gosh darn right. You gosh darn right. Personally, I would like Dan Quinn to return to coordinate the defense with the front office, making an actual effort to bolster the defensive tackle and linebacker positions. Personally, we disagree with you, but he says, however, Quinn has fielded several head coaching interviews, and there is a big possibility that he wants to be the main man on the sidelines for the second team in his career. Should Quinn leave, it raises more questions for the Cowboys. What would it mean for Quinn? First, it would give Quinn his second opportunity to be the head coach after his first stint with the Atlanta Falcons ended badly. Quinn led the Falcons to Super Bowl versus New England Patriots, where they lost the infamous 28-3 game at the hands of Tom Brady. I might just want that off my team. That's just that bad juju curse. I might just want him up off of my team for that. Get on somewhere, man. Get on somewhere. He said he previously was the defensive coordinator for the Seattle Seahawks during the Legion of Boom days, and ironically is the favorite to land a now vacant head coaching job there. Pete Carroll has been relieved of his duties after 14 years, and many talking heads believe it will signal Quinn's poetic return to the Northeast. Quinn can be swayed by the young defensive talent in Seattle, currently processed through excellent drafting the past couple of years. Could a defense featuring the following young stars hoax Dan Quinn back to Seattle? Jaron Reed, Leonard Williams, Jordy Brooks, I don't know how to pronounce that, Devin Witherspoon, Reek Woodland, Julian Love, and Quandre Diggs. I get the feeling we'll find out very soon. Yeah, that ain't really that appealing when you look at it. I like Devin Witherspoon, Leonard Williams. He a free agent. Quandre Diggs is a decent, I think he a DB. But they don't really just jump off the paper to me. You know? Trap. But I do think this is the most likely job he'll take. Say, what would it mean for Dallas? Obviously, it would mean the Cowboys defensive coordinator position would be vacant for the first time since Mike Nolan was fired following the 2020 season. All Quinn has done since then is morph the Cowboys defense into a unit leading the league in takeaways since his arrival. You see how we have to say that and don't say too much other than that? We lead in takeovers. What's the most thing that you can't depend on in football? It's takeovers. Turnovers. Trap. You can't depend on that stuff, man. It comes and goes. You can't depend on it. I really feel that fans are just being too emotional and wanting Quinn to be relieved of his duties. I really disagree with you. Like my colleague Shane Taylor stated, the defense trended in the wrong direction, but what was Quinn supposed to do? Maybe he was supposed to not have a dime package going up against a 12 personnel package, maybe. Maybe he could have put some linebackers on the field. Maybe he could have not got all his coverages busted, Maybe he could have did a lot of other things. Maybe he could have really invested in linebacker. Maybe he didn't have to turn a safety into a linebacker. It's a lot of things that Dan Quinn could have done. Trap. Let's not go there now. Let's not go there, because it's a lot that he could have done. He acting like man, get out of here. Aside from Rashawn Evans and a few practice squad players, the Cowboys did not address the linebacker position at all after Leighton Vander Esch's season-ending injury. Y'all let all of them go. You let Harper go. You let Jabril Cox go. You let everybody go. So now you saying we ain't have linebackers. This your defense, Dan Quinn. Are you letting Dollar Bill just run you? Dollar Bill! Are you telling Dollar Bill, hey, just let all my linebackers go and then we good? Like, no. You supposed to stand up and say, I need this guy. I need this guy. I need that guy. You supposed to be the defensive coordinator, so you supposed to stand solid on what you believe in.
Solid and stand on whatever.
If you don't do that, then it's your fault, sir. It's your fault. Instead, Quinn was forced to adapt by running primarily a dime package all year long, featuring safeties playing near the line of scrimmage. Hey, man. The rest defense suffered for it, and the blame is being laid on the coordinator instead of the personnel. Hey, man. Trap. They trying to make me turn up on here. They trying to take all the blame off of DQ. This is wild right here. This is wild. Okay, hold on. He said instead of the personnel. Who would take Quinn's place? There are a couple in-house candidates, but something tells me fans won't be happy with any of them. Hey, you might be right. We like Joe Witt, though. First, there's Joe Witt, the current passing game coordinator on Quinn's defensive staff. He is an up-and-coming coach, but he was also on the same staff that the fans have been complaining about. He wasn't the main man, though. Do you really want to pluck a fruit from the same tree that has soured? That's a good question, though. We might need a fresh start, y'all. We might need a fresh start. I ain't gonna lie to you, but I think Joe Witt will be he's his own man. Give him a chance. He been here, you know what I'm saying? We'll have to see. There's also Al Harris, the defensive backs coach, who has played out a large part in the development of all pros Trayvon Diggs and Deron Bland. Again, a different fruit from the same tree. The best options for me outside of keeping Quinn like I want to, he made sure he was clear on that, would be from the outside the organization. Recently fired Mike Vrabel. That's a good coach. Would be my favorite choice, but that would only work if he isn't able to land another head coaching job after Tennessee. Vrabel was a hard-nosed linebacker who emphasized size and toughness, and his defense is something the current Cowboys team is lacking. A ex-linebacker, y'all, you know he gonna invest in some linebackers. Trap. I like this dude already. We might need to be saying, go get Vrabel. Go get Vrabel. You know what I'm saying? We might need to start chanting that right now. But it is also important that the Cowboys not to make a hasty decision, as many more coaches could become available in the coming weeks. No matter what happens with Quinn, there need to be some changes on the defensive side of the ball to make the Cowboys a tougher team. That is absolutely correct. So what y'all feel about what they were saying? I disagree with a lot of that, though. I'm going to tell you. Look, that was a good article they put together. Let me make sure I get them folks they credit to. Hold on. My bad. Oh, yeah, that's the Star. Y'all make sure y'all go tap into that article on the Star website. They did a good job with the research, but it was very opinionated, and I disagree with some of their opinions because it seemed like they relinquishing all the blame from Dan Quinn. That shouldn't be so, right? Why would you say? Why would he not get the blame for personnel? Trap. How could the defensive coordinator not get blamed for the personnel that he has? Somebody help me out. How could he not? Let's see what Ms. Nisa said. Man, Jerry's pulling an old gangster move. Get the media period. He pays to do an article against the in-house people that will whip the defense into shape. Yeah, it sounds like that might be some underhandedness, Ms. Nisa. You might be right. That might be some underhandedness, man. Cause some of them arguments didn't make sense. As I'm reading it, I'm just disagreeing a little more and more after I keep going. But you could tell that he said he wanted Quinn to stay, but his arguments and his reasoning was flawed. Shout out to Common Sense Lab. He says, we not getting an outside coach or ex-head coach. We don't pay them enough in Dallas. Yikes. We paid Dan Quinn. Common Sense. We paid him like a head coach, they said. So, I don't know about that. We paid Dan Quinn like a head coach. So, we should be able to this should be an attractive job for a defensive coordinator, being real. This should be an attractive job. Because all you got to do is piece together a couple of them. You don't need nothing but a defensive tackle, a linebacker. What else? Possibly a safety with Kurtz being long in the tooth, or you might want to move on from one of them safeties. Who else? You're going to need a cornerback too. You're going to need a cornerback in the future. The next year or so, you'll need a cornerback. So other than that, the defense would be better. We probably need about 2 linebackers. You might have to go double dip at linebacker. Shit, you might have to double dip at defensive tackle too. What I said, go draft you a defensive tackle and then pair him up with draft you a defensive tackle. No, don't draft a defensive tackle. Go get a defensive tackle in free agency and then pair him up with a low budget or with Hankins. That'll be probably the best thing you could do to get this line better ASAP. B Bird, what's the word? He says, with Mike being a lame duck, we can't attack a quality DC. Why you going that big Mike, B Bird? Let's talk about this, man. Let's talk about it. Now we know Mike has his flaws. Mike has his blame. Mike didn't have the team prepared. Mike didn't have the best game plan as far as on offense. He didn't call the best plays. It's a lot of stuff that, we wish Mike did better. But why y'all calling him a lame duck? I've been seeing that going around. Common Sense said DQ make less than Mike McCarthy, and Mike McCarthy makes $4 million a year. I think they say he make like $6 million a year. That still don't seem like no coaching money for real. That still don't seem like no head coaching money like that. So that might be a problem. You know what I'm saying? We might have to look into that. Because if you ain't paying them no money, that don't mean you believe in them, in my opinion. You put money behind what you believe. Especially men. Men will put money behind something they believe in. You know what I'm saying? If we believe in it, we'll put our money on it. That's how you can tell what a man loyalty lies. That's how you can trap. Hey, am I right or wrong, fellas in the chat? That's how you can tell where a man loyalty lies, where he put his money at, where he put his hard-earned resources at. That's where his loyalty lies. And if we been doubting what? We been down Dak Prescott all this time. Every time Jerry paid Dak, he had some buyer's remorse. Every time he gave Dak Prescott some money, he looked dead in Dak's eyes and told him, you beat me. You whooped me. Do that sound like somebody who believing in what he paying? Yeah, see, people know. The men in the chat know. You invest in, you believe in what you put your money towards as a man. I can't speak to what women do. So, you know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about from a man's perspective, you put your money in, you believe into it if you're a man. We put our money behind what we believe in. And you see what Jerry Jones was like, hey, man, you got me, Dak. He had doubts the whole time, man. So all I'm saying is, if you don't believe in the man, why you playing around? Just go ahead and blow it up then. You know, if that's what you want to do, Jerry. The fans just gonna have to, get right. The fans gonna have to get right. Hey, I don't think y'all about that rebuild life though. You know what I'm saying? That's why when we lost that game, I said nothing was off the table. Nothing was off the table. Like, however y'all want to handle this, I'm about that. I'm going through a rebuild with both of my teams. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not afraid. My Spurs just let a dude drop 70 on us last night. You know what I'm saying? Joel Embiid just dropped 70 on my Spurs last night, okay? I'm going through a rebuild. I'm in shambles already. So is y'all ready for that rebuild life? I don't think so. But, it could be the best for the future later on. Everybody's scared of change, though, Los. Everybody's scared of change. It could be the smallest change. Everybody be scared of it. You know what I'm saying? But you will never progress without it. You can't progress without change. Everybody be afraid of change. You know what I'm saying? Everybody have fear of the unknown. That's what I think it is mostly. It ain't the fact that something small could hinder anything. It's the fact that I don't know what that small change would do. You know what I'm saying? Man, the Spurs going through it, hey, and I got to deal with it, you know what I'm saying? So let me know if y'all about that life. Let me know if y'all about that life. Reddy Red says, so that doesn't bother y'all that we're the only franchise that never had a black head coach or as a top coordinator? Yikes. The only thing we'll give them, though, Reddy, we got Will McClay, and he high up in the front office, though. That's even better than the head coach, though, right? Will position might be better than the head coach, so we got to higher up in the front office. Like, I give them that. Because that is pretty strange. That is pretty peculiar. You know what I'm saying? That is pretty peculiar now. To never had a black head coach. That's a little concerning, a little alarming. It is. Yeah, everybody was trying to turn up last night. It was Kobe 81-point game anniversary. And Joel want to pick on a little 19-year-old. I ain't appreciate that. MVP want to turn up on my young teenager, man. But it's cool, though. We writing it down. We checking that list twice. We gonna get our get back. We gonna spin back. You best believe that. Give my boy Wimby about 2 more years. We spinning back on you. Give my boy about 2 more years. And we spinning back. But let's see. I had another article I want to talk about. Wait a minute. What is this? Okay. Yeah. Now we're going to talk about Dak Prescott. The options that we have with Dak Prescott contract. That's what we're going to talk about. Okay, it say the basics of the contract. 2024 will be the final year that Dak Prescott is under contract with the Cowboys. His salary for the year is $34 million, which is broken down as $5 million earned on March 17th and $29 million earned during the regular season. His cap charge for the year is $59.455 million. Which is the second highest cap charge in the NFL next year. None of the salary is guaranteed. Okay, they just went over how the contract is structured. Can Prescott be cut? This finna be decent. Okay, if for some crazy reason the Cowboys wanted to cut Prescott, they could, but it would be costly. It said he would need to be released before the roster bonus is due. And even then, the Cowboys would need to account for $61.9 million in salary cap charges. Right now, we estimate Dallas to be about $20 million over the salary cap, which makes it very difficult to take on that kind of charge for Prescott. Now, it's not foreign to have to pay quarterbacks after they not giving you services anymore. You seen that with Carson Wentz. You seen that with Tony Romo. That come from all them restructurings. When you restructure, you just kicking money down the road, and that might be guaranteed money either way. You know what I'm saying? It still could be guaranteed money. You just kicking it down the road. So, hey, if I cut you, I still got guaranteed money on the back end of my contract. So now you're going to have to pay me and whoever the new quarterback is. Okay, can Prescott be traded? Prescott has a no-trade clause in his contract, so he would have to agree to a trade. Hey, the way Dak Prescott talking, hey, that might not be too far.
Trap.
We don't know. It said this would also result in a scenario where Dallas had to take on the full $61.9 million in dead money cap charges this year, so it doesn't seem likely. Of course, we wouldn't do nothing like that. That is just distasteful. That's just too much. It says, what is the deal with these voided years? Void years seem to cause the most confusion regarding NFL contracts. Void years are the mechanism that teams use and often abuse as a way to continuously defer cap charges in the future. The rules regarding signing bonuses allow a team to prorate the cap charges, associated with the bonus up to a maximum of 5 years. Rarely do contracts run more than 5 years, so any restructure can be prorated up to the maximum number of years remaining in the most of these contracts. To avoid this, teams add dummy years to a contract to allow for added years for prorating money. The way this works is the team puts an added year onto a contract just like any other year. The year, however, voids on certain dates prior to the start of the league year. So basically they saying they can make some dummy years and the money won't be, the money won't really have to be paid on them years, I believe. That one was kind of confusing. Somebody let me know if y'all really got that one. That was kind of confusing for me. It says, in Prescott's case, Dallas added 2 voided years to the contract in 2025 and 2026 to see how this benefited Dallas. We can look back into 2023. Dallas restructured the contract last year, converting $29.3 million. Damn, what happened? My bad. 29. I made a mistake and tapped the shit and I lost everything. Hold on. Okay, $29.3 million of the salary into a bonus. If the voided years did not exist, Dallas would have only saved $14.65 million on the cap. Instead, Dallas saved $21.9 million because they were not able to park salary cap charges in those voided years. The danger of this strategy comes from when the player's contract expires. If the team allows the deal to void, all the cap charges parked on the salary cap count on the salary cap. Prescott's contract will void on the last day of the 2024 league year. If that happens, Dallas will take on $36.46 million in cap charges for Prescott. Can Prescott be franchised in 2025? No. Prescott has no tag provision in his contract, so Dallas is unable to tag him in 2025. This is a blanket no tag that covers every possible tag that the Dallas Cowboys could use on him if he is not extended prior to the voided date mentioned above. He will be a free agent. The maximum return on a player lost in free agency next year would be a 3rd-round draft pick in the 2026 NFL draft. That ain't nothing. That's some bad. Well, it is more than what we drafted Dak though. It's more than what we drafted Dak though, but just getting a third-round pick back is wild. Does Dallas have to extend Prescott? No, they do not. While Dallas probably should extend him, the team could determine that 2024 is their put up or shut up year, with the team considering a reset if they do not improve in 2024. A reset would probably mean a new quarterback and a new coach in 2025 while dealing with the salary cap fallout of Prescott's voided years in 2025. If Dallas is considering this as an option, it would probably make sense for them to draft a quarterback in the first or second round this year, so they at least have an option on the team for 2025. Hey, y'all, that's pretty interesting. So if the Cowboys draft a quarterback first or second round this year, that's going to tell us a lot. So don't take that lightly. Basically, they might be trying to take this option if they draft a quarterback that early. Okay, does Prescott have leverage over the Cowboys? Yes, he still got leverage. Even though his salary is not guaranteed, the nature of his contract and his salary cap situation gives him a lot of leverage over Dallas in a negotiation. The fact of the matter is Dallas did not touch his contract this year. They will have minimal cap space to improve their roster. Yeah, that's exactly what the problem is. Their roster will have no ability to control Prescott's right after this year. Would be left with $36 million in cap charges, and will only maybe get a third-round comp pick in a league where the Broncos paid a ransom for Russell Wilson. Exactly. So it's like we might as well trade him if we do that. We might as well try to sit Dak down and be like, "Hey man, you want to go over there to the to the Colts or something, Dak?" We might have to sit him down and say if he want to go to the Colts. For the Cowboys fans old enough to remember Tony Romo, the quarterback, rather than Tony Romo, the announcer, this may sound familiar because it was the same situation that Dallas found themselves in about a decade ago. Dallas had used the same kind of voice on Romo, and even though there were questions about how far they could go with him, were kind of in a position where they were backed into a corner with his cap hits and contract charges. Okay, it says, should Dallas extend Dak Prescott? I think it is a hard decision, and perhaps the lessons from the Romo extension may come to play here. Romo had a superb year with Dallas following his extension, and then his body gave out on him, and he played just 5 games in 2 years. Ultimately, Dallas took about a $62 million in additional cap charges for what amounted into 12-win season and a divisional round playoff loss. Dallas only came out of the Romo deal okay because they wound up with the rookie contract benefit of Dak Prescott to offset the cap hits of Romo. Exactly. So, hey, man, Dak really kind of saved this team for real. Because just imagine if Dak wasn't nothing, we would have still had to go find another quarterback and pay another quarterback. So Dak really kind of saved his team financially. And then when it came time to pay him, they still tried to screw him. It says, while the injury risk is probably lower with Prescott, you do have to ask yourself what I think was the biggest underlying issue with Romo. If you cannot win with Prescott making $40 million a year, what makes you think you can win with him making $60 a year? Basically, really, this gets down to an underlying issue of the team not looking for an option at the position, so they have different options. They have a different option. But this is a topic for another day. If Dallas is going to extend Prescott, they probably need to reevaluate some of the things they are doing with the roster building. Given the magnitude of the contract, Dallas probably should put all the chips in the middle of the table for 2024 and 2025 when it comes to a salary cap structure and actually begin taking more risks in free agency to improve their overall roster. Exactly what we've been saying, y'all. Dallas is typically at the top of the NFL. In the top of the NFL in homegrown players, but if you need a boost, sometimes you have to take those outside risks and then deal with the cap fallout later on. Facts. That's why we keep saying we don't care about your money, Dollar Bill.
Dollar Bill!
You gonna have to deal with that later on, and we don't care. Extending Prescott and just going business as usual wouldn't seem to make much sense. Now, if Dallas is going to extend him no matter what the circumstances, they may as well do it in February. This will allow the team to roll the existing $34 million salary into part of the guaranteed package and also maximize whatever cap benefits there are by having 5 years to prorate money. Waiting a year just for the sake of waiting a year just for the sake of it is pointless. If they honestly thinking about splitting with him, want to see how things play out, and waiting is fine. But the last time Dallas was in this scenario, they tagged him. He played a few games and got hurt, and then they ended up doing a massive contract anyway. There was almost no point to wait unless they felt Prescott would never agree to a 5-year contract. We've been saying this all year, bro. They should have never waited. They just set up and waited and made their money, just got screwed. That's why we didn't care about when Jerry said Dak screwed you. No, you sitting on your hands all them years pretty much screwed you for real. You did that yourself. You let the quarterback market get ahead of you. You should have been came to Dak Prescott and gave him some money before all these other quarterbacks got signed. It says, if it were me, I think I would try to draft a quarterback, restructure Prescott's contract only as needed. You can restructure as many times as you want, so do it whenever you need cap room. And then see how the year goes. There is a good chance that Dallas will have a new head coach in 2025. That's not true. In 2025, and even though the GM is not going to change, I would much rather have the input of the new coach on my quarterback situation rather than forcing the quarterback on him. While the prospect of not having a veteran quarterback is scary, the odds are going to be more in your favor of winning, especially in the long term with an affordable quarterback than the aging quarterback. Than the aging one. Above average, not special one. Wait a minute. An aging, above average, not special one who will earn more than anyone else in the league. They got some harsh words to say, man. Y'all gotta forgive me because them words are very little and I'm up here reading with sunglasses. Trap. Man, we ain't got many options. Basically, they just told you that, that got us by the short and curlies. So it ain't much we can do. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of them different options that they was stating on, man, I don't even think Jerry would even try to do nothing like that. So, listen, if we could draft a quarterback early, though, if one of them good quarterbacks fall to us, what his name is, HTM, Jordan Travis, he coming off an injury with Florida State, that dude might be, they might let him drop. You might have to take a swing on him. Hey, if you believe in him, I've been and drafted him in the second round. Like, trap. If you believe in him, I've been and drafted him in the second round, right? Because look, if you draft him ahead, it wouldn't even matter. If you draft him ahead, it wouldn't matter. Because you believe in him in the future. And then you made sure nobody else snatched him up before you. I like a lot of these quarterbacks. I like Daniels, too, from LSU. This a nice quarterback class. This a nice quarterback class and a nice wide receiver class coming out. I like both of them. So I like Daniels out of LSU. Penix look nice. And Jordan Travis out of Florida State. It's a lot of nice quarterbacks y'all can get. Tua brother coming out. I don't know how y'all feel about him, Tua brother coming out. It's a lot of quarterbacks out there that you could probably, use as a project or build around or give them a shot, let them develop. I ain't opposed to doing the Green Bay method. I really think, I still believe that's the best way to do it in football. I still believe that's the best way to do it. It ain't no better way than letting your quarterback marinate behind the other quarterback and then end up becoming Jordan Love and Aaron Rodgers. I still feel like that's the best process. But most teams don't have that privilege. How in the world the Packers always have that privilege, man? Trap. How in the world Packers always have that privilege, man? Most teams, when they draft a quarterback, they need him to start ASAP. They need him to start ASAP. The Packers been fortunate to let their quarterback sit for 4 years and come back out and ball out. Y'all forgive my nose itching. Must be some allergies. But yeah, man. Say you need a scheme. A scheme for what quarterback? Dak. Reddy said he never got an opportunity to beat out Rush. He didn't. But you hear people just like, hey, man, Trey Lance couldn't beat out Rush. Bro, they didn't bring him that. They didn't allow that to happen. They didn't give him a foul shot. It wasn't like a best man win type situation. We know that. So let's quit playing with that. We know the politics did that. The politics had him as the loser ASAP. Like, it wasn't no way he was going to be able to be the starter in Dallas as soon as he got here. They love Cooper Rush. Even if he was better, they just don't trust him because what? He don't know the offense either. He don't know the offense, so that'll be their excuse. Trey Lance got here he got here early, but he wouldn't know the offense good enough for them to trust him in a real game yet. That's what I think it was. My boy called my boy Mac Hamburg. Wait a minute. Trap. Wait a minute. Sad Mac Hamburger didn't know Trey was coming into town. Man, Jerry, that's the toxic environment that we got in Dallas, bro. Jerry know he was wrong for that. He ain't say nothing to nobody. He just went behind everybody back and went and signed that man. Yeah, Spencer Rattler, a nice one too. Trey Lance got a nice arm, bro. That man 6'4". 220. Now, if we talking about draft, let's not act like that ain't attractive. Like, come on now. Let's not act like that ain't attractive. If we talk about draft 6'4", 220, and a dude that can move, hey man, before y'all dog him out, I want to get a kid a shot. That's how I am. I ain't finna dog nobody out that I ain't seen yet. I ain't dogging nobody out that I ain't seen yet. Except I seen a little bit of Little Legs. We seen a little bit. We ain't seen none of Trey Lance yet, though. So we ain't seen none of Trey Lance. But what y'all feeling though, man, about this contract situation and about DQ? Who would y'all top candidate be? And that's the last question we'll ask before we ride this thing on out. Would y'all bring in Al Harris? Would y'all promote Al Harris? Or would y'all promote Joe Witt Jr.? Or would y'all prefer going outside of the building? I think, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I ain't gonna be too mad. Maybe the safest way is to go in-house because the change ain't gonna be too much. It ain't gonna be too bad because the in-house people already know your personnel pretty well. But I might really want some fresh eyes on this defense. I might want some fresh eyes over this defense. Being honest. Iceberg said Leslie Frazier. Mark says Vrabel or Joe Witt. I ain't mad at Joe Witt getting it though. But like I said, I just want some fresh eyes on this defense. You know how it is. When you got some fresh eyes, you notice everything. When you got some fresh eyes, you notice everything. And none of that stuff, the dysfunctional stuff don't get past you when you got some fresh eyes. That's why even in some of these other companies, they'll bring a new guy in from another company and let him look at their system and how they operating in their warehouses and stuff. Like, you need fresh eyes sometimes. You need fresh eyes sometimes, man. Thomas A said he'll go with Vrabel or Ron Rivera. Yeah, I think we need some fresh eyes, Red. My allergies want to kick my behind. But y'all know we finna get ready to spin back, man. We finna get ready to spin back. We got the guys on the other line. But listen though, we could be having a guest, not sure. But we ain't promising anything, but we in talks, but we'll have to see. So, y'all have to go tap in the next show, spin back my SBGs to see who I'm talking about. It'll be somebody very interesting if it fall right, if it go our way. So y'all make sure y'all hit that like and share for the squad. It will not charge a card. Y'all make sure y'all spin back, support the content, support Landlord Sports. I appreciate everybody that with the donations today, man. I appreciate y'all for helping keeping these lights on. I don't know if you know, but I got 3 big lights behind me.
Trap.
So y'all literally helping keeping the lights on. But we appreciate y'all, man, for all the love and support. And you know why them haters hate on us. Why? Because we are the greatest. That's why, man. Shout out to everybody rocking.
Yep.
Make sure y'all hit that like and share. Make sure y'all support the Trap and Landlord Sports. Let's go.
Yep. And this is greatness defined. Every line is divine. Verses boggle your mind. And every song, man, I swear, just get better with time. No matter how much shade they throwing, I still manage to shine. I don't know why they so obsessed with mine. I'm all they think about. Go in their house, they probably got my pics in a shrine. Damn, I never let these play me. They see us ballin', now they wanna switch teams like KD. I know my time coming, I guess I'ma wait and see. I'm too cocky and confident that humble ain't for me. Lord, help me with my egotistical ways, but I'm amazed how they display such miserable hate. I never paid attention to what most of them say. Their words sound unimportant like prepositional phrase. They wanna see me crash and burn in a ridiculous blaze, but yet I rise like the Phoenix. Show these I'm great enough. Yeah, I know these haters can't stand me. We'll take a seat. I do it for the family. So bring the block to the Grammys. And if you try to stop me, you'll need a plan B. I just do it for the real. If you ain't from the bottom, you ain't get how I feel. To go against the odds, go hard, chase meals, let doubters till you make it. Show them all you the greatest. I'm the great young poet, got flow flowing, it's mind blowing. I'm flamboyant when brainstorming, that's fair warning. For my opponents that will be mourning before the morning. Every beat I eat and destroy it, that's what the fans wanted. The hot topic, you try to copy, that's hard stopping. Yeah, I'm a giant when rhyming and y'all microscopic. I got them watching and they believe in me like a prophet. Cause the pics I'm cropping be masterpieces, they photoshopping. I'm from the bottom, assembled by the avenue. So I gotta pay homage to the hood to show my gratitude. And then my attitude is similar to an animal. These niggas ain't half as cool, I got different levels to tap into. I am the truth, you should know that I kill it. These are God level lyrics, I should be on Mount Olympus. My music therapeutic to the real spirit, like it came from ancient Kemet. Ain't nobody messing with me, I'm the great. Yeah, I know these haters can't stand me. We'll take a seat, I do it for the family. So bring the block to the Grammys. And if you try to stop me, you'll need a plan B. Yeah, I just do it for the real. If you ain't from the bottom, you ain't get how I feel. To go against the odds, go hard, chase meals, let the doubters see you make it. And show them all you the greatest, I'm the greatest.
If you don't hit that like button, that means DQ will be our permanent DC to the end of time. And then Jason Garrett will be back on offense with Scott Linehan. That's what that means. And then you probably get Quincy Carter as your quarterback. But y'all know, man, I appreciate all the love and support. Y'all make sure y'all tap in for the win. Support Landlord Sports, and we out. Shout out to my SBGs. Let's get it.